Jain to all of you. We are going to discuss about the security issues and challenges in the cloud computing. Myself, Dr. Jaishree Jain, Associate Professor in AKGEC Ghaziabad in CSE Department. So, this topic is in Unit 4 in the cloud computing subject. So, we will learn about what are the different risks in the cloud and how we can prevent or take the solution from those security challenges. So main risk is about the security issues which occur, which is the current research in the cloud computing, and many researchers are going to be provide different solution. How can we overcome with the this problem? So what are the different security issues in cloud computing? Basically, firstly, we already know what is the cloud computing. We can say it is a internet-based computing. So where all the resources are shared over the internet, all the softwares, all the information are provided to the computers and devices on basis on the demand. So user can access the information from anywhere and from any time. So already we know all the cloud is what? Cloud is internet based computing. So when we are going to work on the single desktop, now we are going to work on the virtual desktop, or we can say we are taking the service of virtual machine. And if there is a Linux virtual machine and in my desktop I am working on the Windows, so I can avail the service of the Linux operating system and I can work on the Linux virtual machine. So features of cloud computing is, these are the features. We have the on-demand services, means all the services are provided to the consumer on the basis on the demand. And there is a broad network access. Broad network access means you have to need to connect your system to the internet and on the public network, and then you can access the service from any location. Resource pooling, all the resource pool means on the cloud actually we have to maintain the resource pool so that maximum services can be provided to the customer. So this will be have the possibility when we have ample amount of the resources. So resource pool means we have multiple CPUs, multiple RAM, multiple hard disk, multiple servers will be deployed on the cloud providers infrastructure. Then rapid elasticity. Rapid elasticity, as its name suggests, means there should be flexibility and dynamic scaling of the resources. If like for example we have the Gmail account and Gmail will give us the 15 GB of storage, and according to the mail size of the inbox, that storage will get to be added. So there will be a flexibility. Then measured services means all the resources, all the services the customer is going to avail, those services will get measured, and according to that pricing scheme will be there. So types of cloud, we already know there are 4 types of cloud: private cloud, public cloud, community cloud, and hybrid cloud. So there are different manner how can we deploy the cloud services. So private cloud is managed by an organization and serve it solely. It means private cloud have all in campus, we can say only single organization is going to deploy its cloud, and those services will be availed by their employee or internal users. Then public cloud, public means that is owned and managed by the large cloud service provider. Means that is the public cloud, and the access will going to be provided as a public basis. So any user can access from the outside campus, any user can avail the services. Next is community cloud, means cloud is managed by the several organization and support the specific community has the same interest. Community means a group. So 2 or 3 or 4 provider have combined their services and make a community. And next is hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud means any 2 cloud are going to be merged, means there can be a hybrid mode, like private cum public cloud will be there, or private community cloud will be there. So hybrid means combination of 2 cloud deployment models. Next is cloud service model. So we know there are three service model like software as a service, platform, and infrastructure as a service. So what is software as a service? It offers a renting application functionality from service providers rather than buying and installing and running the software. So we already know now current day we are using the online software like online compiler. We are going to run our code on the online compilers, and we are going to use the online Microsoft Office. So already these applications are going to be run over the internet. Then we have the platform as a service, means like GitHub, means or like any like GoDaddy. So these are going to provide the platform so that user can deploy their applications. So actually it is going to provide some library functions so that library application so that user can easily deploy the application over the internet. Then infrastructure as a service mean vendor offer the computing power and storage space on the demand. So this is the highest we can say this infrastructure means all processor, all memory, all storage will going to be provide as a service to the customer here. So what is security issue? First issue is the data related issue. So what is the data related issue? First is data breach. So issue is what? Issue is confidentiality and integrity. So we have to just ensure the methods when we are going to deploy the cloud services. So we have to just maintain the these conditions also. So what is confidentiality means? User have to be encrypt their data. There will be no file that is unencrypted form. So confidentiality can be achieved via encryption. And what is integrity? Integrity means no one can modify my data. So we have to apply some hashing, or we can apply some digital signature so that integrity can be ensured. Next is data lock-in. Data lock-in is user may lose data if it migrate from one vendor to another vendor. So there is a issue of lock-in. If once I have signed the agreement and I have taken the service from any provider, then I can't migrate my services, my data from one provider to another provider. So this is a vendor lock-in problem. And data remains. In this, residual representation of data have been nominally erased or removed in some way. Data remains means I have delete some metadata, that is data about data or data information. So it is residual representation of data. Means data remains means data have in the form of some object, or data is in the form of in short files. So we can say the original data is going to be removed. So these are the challenges. Next, data recovery. Sometimes server may break down and cause damage. Means when we are going to do one transaction and there is a server goes down, then transaction get halted. So we can say sometimes server can be break down and cause a damage. So this is one issue. To avoid this, data should be backed up and to be recovered in the future. Next, data locality. So software as a service model of cloud environment, the user doesn't know where the data is stored. So locality problem is there. So there should be this issue can be solved by creating the secure software as a service model. So that means user will get the location of their data. So we have to make the encrypted software as a service so that all the data will be shared in the encrypted form. So there will be no problem to reveal the location of the data to the customer. Next is application related security issues. So what are the different application related security issues? First is the cloud malware injection attack. Means there will be the an attack by the malicious user. A malicious virtual machine or a service implementation is injected into the cloud system. So when we have the resource pool, when we have different servers there, so and those servers will going to be converted into the virtual server via the virtualization. So if any user is going to try to add any corrupted virtual machine and try to inject the malware into the cloud system. So one solution to prevent this is to perform the integrity check to the security to the service instances. Means there should be some security criteria to check the integrity, and then after only the VM machine can be added. Next is cookie poisoning. So in this, unauthorized access is made into the application by modifying the content of the cookie. So we know when we going to access any online application, then cookie will going to be saved on the system. So if we are working on the virtual machine, then that cookie will be saved onto the virtual machine. So we have to just avoid, and one solution is to clean up the cookie or encrypt the cookies data. So hacker can also track or access your data with the help of the cookies. Next, backdoor and debug option. So what is backdoor and debug option? Debug option is for developer who use it to implement any changes requested at the later stage of the website. Means when we are going to work on the website and that website have to make the changes, then admin will stop the request and maintain those website. So debug option is that when the website is going to be updated in the background, so there should be no backdoor, there should be no debug option. So next is sometimes these debug options are left enabled unnoticed and they may provide the easy access to the hacker. So when we are going to update the website, then there should be no debug option, because when we have the debug option, then control will get open and any malicious user will going to be make the changes to the website. Next, hidden field manipulation. So certain fields are hidden in the website and is used by the developers. Hacker can easily modify on the web page. So there should be I think no hidden page should be there. Everything should be linked and only the authenticate user can access to that web content. Next is guest hopping attack. So attacker will try to guess one virtual machine by pertaining another virtual machine hosted onto the same hardware. So this is a fraud, and there is a real virtual machine that is deployed on the server, and there is a fake virtual machine that is going to be deployed onto the same hardware, and user get confused which one is the original. So SQL, next is SQL injection. So it can be done by injecting the SQL command into the database of an application to crash the database. So there will be in this category some SQL command will be there which are going to be injected into the application to crash the database. Next is CSP level attack, means cloud service provider level attack. So first one is the malicious insider. So in private cloud, when its employees granted access to the sensitive data of some or all customer admins, such privilege may expose the information to the security threats. Then side channel attack. So it occurs when an attacker placed a malicious virtual machine onto the same physical machine. So I already told, when hacker will going to add its own virtual machine onto the physical machine as a victim machine, so that he can access all the confidential information on the victim machine. So next is network level attacks. First one is a DNS attack. DNS attack is domain hijacking. So what is the domain hijacking? Means I have already developed one website, and I have registered the domain, and domain hijacking is defined by changing the name of domain without the permission or taking knowledge from the domain owner. So I have taken the domain like co.in or like edu. So any hacker is going to be changed change of domain. So this is the domain hijacking attack. Next is cross-site scripting, means it is a type of attack when user enter the right URL on the website and hacker have directed that website to the other website. So this cross scripting, the name suggests like we are going to be connected to the another any proxy server or any fake server. So this is a diagram, and this is inject malicious script. User requests data from the server. This is the server and this is the user, and this server is malicious script may get executed and call back to the attacker. So this is a main fundamental, that how can we prevent from these network related issues to the user. Next is IP spoofing. IP spoofing is what when we have every system, every laptop have its own IP address, mean unique name is there, and in DOS attack, when hacker overflow the network server or web server with the frequent request of services to damage the network. So we have different requests here with different ISPs, internet service providers, and these requests will convert this target server into the that prevent this target server and from the denial of service attack. Next is man in the middle attack, means there will be a hacker will sense the channel every time, and this issue actually occur when there is a secure socket layer is not properly configured. So secure socket layer should be there so that these possibility of error will not be occur. Next is network sniffing. It is another type of network sniffer. It is a more critical issue of network security in which unencrypted data are hacked through the network by capturing the packets of the data. Means if the data is unencrypted form, then hacker will capture by capturing the packet onto the channel, hacker can take your data. So what is the need? There is a need of identification and authenticity. There is a need of authorization. There is a need of non-repudiation, and there is a need of availability. So to ensure these features or these characteristics of the cloud, there should be some security mechanism. So what are the different challenges in cloud computing? Cloud computing challenges are security or costing model or charging model, and service level agreements, and cloud interoperability issue. So thank you so much. This is all about the security challenges in the cloud computing.